Welcome to Introduction to Computing class. Hi, my name is Abdi Tabrizi, and I am your professor in this course. Thank you very much for watching this video. This is a short introduction to how we're going to be doing this course. However, there is also an orientation unit that I have created. It's called Unit 0, and I want you to view the orientation information over there. There is much more expanded information in Unit 0. So let's get started with a small introduction for this course. As the name implies, this course is all about computational methods. So we call it Introduction to Computing. So we're going to be solving engineering problems using computers. However, to solve engineering problems using computers, you're going to have to write instructions to the computer so the computer can do the job for you. Well, instructions have to be written in some kind of computer language. So we have selected C++ as our language of choice. So we will be using C++ language to write our instructions to the computer. Now, I'm going to be assuming that you have zero knowledge of computer languages and zero knowledge of programming. So we're going to start from ground zero, basically. So as we go along, I'm going to teach you how to do C++, how to write C++, programs. And so that means I'm going to have to teach you almost everything about C++ to the extent that we need for this course. Any language, whether it be spoken language or computer language, is going to be a very, very large language in the sense that it'll take long time to learn. However, it turns out that you really need to learn about 25 to 30% of the language in order to be proficient in it. So same is going to be true with C++. If we can learn about 25 to 30% of the language, we will be able to write some fancy, some nice programs, and it'll be enough knowledge to last you a lifetime, okay? Obviously, you can learn more if you like after that, but in this course, our intention is going to be to learn enough of C++ so that we can do some fancy programs so that we can solve our engineering type problems. So having said that, let me tell you what it is that we need to be buying in terms of textbook and other resources. This course requires a textbook that you would need to buy. So that's the only expense. And it's not really very expensive. You can buy a printed copy of your textbook, or you can buy a PDF copy, as long as you have access to the textbook, because you're going to need to solve homework problems from the end of chapter problems. So therefore, you need to have access to the textbook. And that will not be on the website. That will not be free. However, you also need a software. Well, remember that you're going to write programs, and these programs have to be written in some language, which is going to be a C++ language for us. But machine cannot even understand C++. So that means that there has to be some kind of a translator that translates our instructions, which are written in C++ language, translate that in to machine language, just like me trying to speak or communicate with somebody from another country. So either I need to know how to do that, or I need to hire a translator so that translator will listen to my words and translate it into the other language so the other people can understand. So software, which we are going to call that a compiler. So C++ compiler is needed so that compiler can then take your instructions, which are written almost in an English-like sentences, which is basically a C++ language, okay? And then that compiler will translate that instruction into machine language, which are going to be just simply a bunch of zeros and ones, which are the binary in binary code. And then the machine will therefore understand what that is. So that compiler you don't have to buy. It's free. I'm going to tell you where and how to download. So those of you who are using Windows machines, you will have your own compiler, which I will let you know what that is. And those of you who are using Apple-based computers, then you will have a different compiler. Once again, both of them are going to be free, so you should be able to download online and get going. So as far as purchasing, the only thing you would need to buy is your textbook. So let's go through the process that we are going to be following throughout the semester. Every week, we're going to be covering new topics, which is basically a C++ language we're covering. And these topics I'm going to cover via videos. So I will have a bunch of videos that you will access, and I will detail every information in there. And I will have a bunch of programs that I will be writing and uploading to our Canvas website. You can download those videos, those programs, which are the C++ programs, and you can look at them, see how I incorporated the topics that we discussed and how we're going to use those topics and to create instructions to solve our engineering problems. Okay, so there's going to be a bunch of examples that I will upload. You will look at and write your programs by looking at what I have done and use my programs as models, basically. Now, having said that, every week, therefore, there will be some homework problems that you're supposed to be doing. 99% of our homework problems are going to be requiring you to write programs, okay, to solve some kind of problem. So as you are going through writing these programs, obviously going to need to use a compiler to do the job for you, meaning that to do the translation so that machine can actually get the answers for you, okay, or the results for you. So, but as you're doing this, you may need some additional help, especially if you are brand new to programming. Once again, let me just, before I forget, let me just mention that I'm going to assume that you have zero knowledge of programming, zero knowledge of computers. That's what I'm going to be assuming. So therefore, relax. If you don't have any experience, no problem. Some of you probably have Java experience. Some of you probably have done Python programming before, so that's more power to you. So you'll be much more comfortable. However, my assumption is that you do not have any experience. So relax. I will give you enough information so that you can be able, so you are able to write nice programs. Having said that, once in a while, you may need some additional resources. Keep in mind that C++ language has been around for a long time. There are probably millions of programs that have already been written and you can access them online. All you need to do is just Google, how do I do this? Then just Google and an answer will come up. Go to YouTube and there's gonna be many videos, okay, that are available for you to watch. How do I write such and such? And so no problem, perfectly nice, perfectly good for you to be able to do that. The whole idea is for you to master the language, at least the portion of the language that you are required to do, okay? So that's the idea. So you can get help from all resources that you have available to you. The only thing that you need to keep in mind that it is not just simply, oh, well, I'm going to do my homework. I'm going to ask this person to help me out and that person to help me out and so on. I'm going to submit my homework. That's only a small part of the situation in here in this course. You need to show the end of the, let's say, when time comes for the examination, you need to show how much you know. So that's where you need to be able to actually recite or recall what you have done. So if you are getting outside help, additional help to do your homework problems and so on, that's perfectly okay. Just make sure that you learned, make sure that you have enough experience and that you practice enough so that you can do the exam problems. There's no sense in getting 100% on the homework and getting 20% on the exams. There's no point in that. So please make sure that if you are accessing additional resources, make sure you learn, make sure you practice. I'm here for you. You can contact me anytime. And as you go through Unit 0 in the course, which is once again an orientation for us, then you will see how you will contact me, how we are going to communicate with one another, in what form and shape and so on. The best way will be, of course, attending my office hours. And this will be Zoom. So therefore, it'll be on Zoom. You will come online and see me, ask you questions, get your answers, and so on. All right, that's the best way. However, emails and whatnot are other opportunities, and you can definitely contact me. I'm generally very, very good in responding quickly. However, there's certain time lag still. So make sure that you keep that in mind, that there will be some time lag between the time you sent me an email and the time I respond to your email. But generally, I am pretty good in responding. Okay. So having said that, so let's continue on. Every week, you watch your videos that I have placed in there, and there will be some PowerPoint stuff as well in there, which are right from your textbook. So you can also look at the PowerPoint, and but videos are the best source for you. And then every week you're going to do your homework, and homework are going to be done through writing programs in a sense, and you will use the compiler to run your programs, see if they're working. You get your results and you upload your programs, and that satisfies the needs of your homework. Okay. And this is going to go on and on and on and on and on as we go along. And then, of course, along the ways, we're going to have some exams. And toward midway into the semester, I will have a project for you. So that project will be due at the end of the semester. So you have about a month and a half to do it. And as we learn more and more stuff from C++, then you will incorporate those in your project. And the project is solving some kind of an engineering problem. And so I want you to use that at the end, use that project as your portfolio item. Remember that as an engineering student, you need to have a portfolio that contains a lot of important things that you have accomplished. This is important for you when you are getting a job, you're applying for a job, you're interviewing. You will be able to use these portfolio items. Basically, you are going to show off. You can say, this is what I have done. This is what I have done in such and such course. This is what I did, and so on and so forth. So I want this project to be one of those portfolio items, and I want you to be basically proud of it. And so when time comes, I will explain a lot about the project. So for now, this is how we're going to be doing it. We're going to be watching my videos and doing some homework problems, looking at my examples that I post, and so on. And as we go along, you have your questions, you can definitely contact me anytime. This is an online class. However, if you happen to be on campus, just in case, if we are doing campus, if I am doing if I am available during or on campus, then you can stop by my campus office as well. But generally, not so. Okay, so you can contact me online anytime. Well, thank you very much for watching this video. And please don't forget to go through the Unit 0, which is our expanded orientation, gives you a lot more detail. But before we log off, make sure that you also download a copy of the syllabus that I have also uploaded on Canvas. And that syllabus will tell you exactly how many exams, what kind of homework, and what percentages are assigned to each one of these tasks, and so on. And also, more importantly, really, it'll give you the calendar of the course, meaning that what topics we're going to be covering from the textbook, and when we are going to be covering. Those are going to be important stuff that you need to know. So they're all in our syllabus. Okay. Well, thanks again. Hopefully see you online. Bye.